Oh my gosh, I'm having panic attack and I've never had that before.
After this, did you ever meet up with any of the guys?
You would be so good.
On The Bachelorette?
I would. Yeah. Would you two go for the same guy? If there was
Kia ora and welcome to NOIS.
NOIS.
No one is safe.
No topic is safe. Do you know what I realized? I'll never get tired of saying that.
Tell me. Never?
No!
Okay.
I just love having to say that.
That's good, I'm glad.
Yes, and today is really special because we have a really special someone here. A really good friend of mine. Gorgeous, smart, intelligent.
keep it going.
Listen, I have a book ready for compliments, girl. Lesina, who is a good friend, colleague, also a medical professional. I will let you do the rest and we'll take it from there.
Hello, I'm so excited to be here.
Oh, yay.
It's
been a minute.
I know, it's been coming at me for a while, so I'm happy I'm here. I'm Lesina, I am a doctor and I took over Tonye's job.
Yeah, so we're opening old wounds.
But I also, probably most people know me from a reality dating show called The Bachelorette. And which was ages ago now, so we can all,
I will tell you the season if you want to know. Go watch it. Yes, and that is so amazing. And that is what has led us onto this topic.
So today's topic, people, we have the life in the public eye and the 3 Ps.
The 3 Ps.
3 Ps. So professional, personal and psychological. So Dr. Lesina has been a public figure for some time now. And after being the first Bachelorette in New Zealand in 2020, wasn't it?
That was
2020.
So long ago
That's
now.
amazing.
Today we explore and discuss details of how it affected her everyday life and how it got her to where she is today. And just both positive and negative aspects to it all, really, because people think you're on telly, it must just be all butterflies and glitz and glam and rainbows, but obviously there's the negatives, which, I mean, you're still standing, so, and you're still beautiful.
Really.
I think you're still gorgeous.
So clearly there's some perks. I still want to get on there.
Oh my god, you would be so good.
On The Bachelorette.
I would.
Do you know what? Preferably.
20 guys? I see it.
I'll tell you what, I'll pick one of them. Which leads us on to this, okay? So obviously, I have always admired you and I've always felt that what you do, being a professional and going on TV is such an amazing thing. I mean, that's such an all-rounded thing, and that's what I always see when I see you. And I admire it and aspire to it. So like, how do you feel like in a professional sense? How do you balance like work and being like somebody who's been known on a dating show? Because everybody would feel like they've known you. Familiarity, being the Bachelorette, and then you're like, okay, I am now your physician. I am here to treat you. So how do you manage to balance that in life?
It's a really interesting. It's so multi-layered, always. But I think just being a doctor, anyways. Do you find this? It is a lot of, we have our professional persona, and then we go home and we're almost something just like something else. But then when you go to work, you just all of a sudden put it on. And you're not faking it, but it's just your professional persona. And so I think we were always doing that. I was always doing that before the acting thing. But so then when the acting thing happened, luckily, and this is kind of a weird thing, but COVID hit, and then everyone was wearing masks for ages. I was like, who that? They were like, are you? I was like, no, not me.
I was like, the same, but no. I was like, no, I think it's mask.
You would always say that, so it's not me.
And that went on for years, you know? So honestly, people would be like, I was like, no, not me.
Just a cousin.
But so I wonder if I had have been really working at the time when it was all out, because I wasn't. I was actually working in Australia, luckily. It would have been very weird.
Yeah.
I can imagine that. So I kind of missed a year or so just when it was really high, when it was hot, that I wasn't working in New Zealand. Because that would have been.
So did you film
weird.
in 2019? Was it?
Yes, we filmed the year before.
Yeah.
And then it came out when
2020. Yeah.
And then we were contractually obliged to it for a bit after as well. So it took ages actually. It took I was out of ages.
COVID kind of like was extending. They're like, oh my god, how long can I have to wait for this?
Yeah.
But so it's so luckily, and then it kind of died down. And now how I deal with it, just someone actually came in the other day, a guy, and he's like, I follow you on Instagram. I was like, oh, yeah.
So get in line.
Yeah.
But are you really sick?
Yeah, but when they come in as a patient, but also they want to be
a fan.
No. But thank you. No, I mean that's what I do. They want to be like they're there because they want to be treated somehow.
Totally.
So they do respect. I feel like they respect my professional boundaries
as
well.
Good.
So
that's good.
Yeah, so they'll say a little something, but then I'm there to treat them, and they're there to be treated, and so it becomes very easily just a doctor-patient scenario.
Amazing. Because that was always something that I did kind of wonder, and you actually did answer my next question.
Oh, sorry.
If you felt no, that was good because it obviously naturally flowed about having the two personalities. Because when I look at it, I'm just like. And as you correctly said, I actually feel like I do have two personalities. I mean, on my Instagram, when people like see me, they're like, oh my god, he is just doing like a split squat. And then in the morning, I'm like, hi, how are you? So you had a cough and a cold, hey? Kind of thing. So
were you doing a split squat at work or
in the lounge?
Let's not try and unpack this. Basically, there's two different worlds, and it was like amalgamate them, and I never thought of that we actually do that anyway.
We do that just naturally anyways. I find it really interesting because we do it as a protective mechanism, but is it that healthy for us? I'm going to open a whole can of worms. But it's like we see the most gory, life-shattering, life-altering, emotional stuff, and then we go home and we just like, cook dinner. Or whatever,
Just move on.
And
just move on like nothing happened.
You almost have to be sane and keep doing work. You have to be two different people, kind of.
You have to shut one book and open another one.
I did find that though when I first started living with you. He was the first doctor I'd ever met that wasn't my doctor.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, wow, he's just so serious and all of these things, but. He would come home and just be him. Yeah. And quite quickly I would see, he's at the end of the day, just because he's a doctor, he's still a normal person that moves around and sits on the couch and watches TV. I'm like, oh my gosh, like he's like a doctor 24/7.
It's so wild.
Yeah.
Obviously moving on from this now, I want to Lesina.
Yeah. Come at me. What's happening?
I mean, I know you have the doctor, patient, professionalism, and you're able to put it all together. Have you had, because there will always be one, and that's what I am going for. There's always that person, because I've actually had a little bit of an encounter myself. I'm not yet on TV though. Have you had an awkward moment with a patient from TV, like who's kind of, has there been anything that's been like, and that's a little bit.
Do you mean like someone who's tried to crack onto her?
Or any sort of encounter that's been awkward because you were once the bachelorette, and then all of a sudden they've come in and they're seeing it, and they're like, oh my god. Is there anything awkward that you're like?
I have luckily, not crazy. Honestly, not anything crazy. I have had
I'm going to sip some of this for that.
I have had a guy come in and I treated him, and then he tried to slide into my DMs on Instagram, obviously. And then, but I just didn't reply. So if you come in as as a patient, okay, just is not going to happen. Also, now I have a boyfriend, but
Yeah.
you know.
Oh my God, girl!
not gonna happen.
Did you read the script? I was gonna announce, so we're gonna get to that, girl.
Announced. I think it's been announced.
I think ironically, well, you know, first it's heard first on NOIS podcast, girl.
We're a bit late, I think. It's already been in Legacy.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Oh my God. That's
Sorry,
amazing.
I
You're amazing. You're amazing. Oh my God, girl. You know.
That's good.
I mean, it's always. I will talk about it over and over again.
Yeah.
Because it's such great news. So we still will be getting to that.
Okay.
Totally. So on a personal note, Lesina, so that feeling of being vulnerable. So this throughout your journey, how did it affect you? Were there many times throughout that time, especially, you know, coming out from when the show was aired, even afterwards, like, do you still get noticed in the street and all of that jazz where you feel a little bit vulnerable?
So there's two parts to that question.
Yeah.
I love the way that's I love you.
Number one. So the vulnerability thing, yes, not because people notice me, but because in that show, I went into it and I had so many walls up, not because of the show, but just
personally.
I didn't even know that I did.
Wow.
But I was, dating for me was very like checklisty, and
Yes.
I had trouble being vulnerable, and I still do, but I'm much better.
Yeah.
But how I was dating prior to the show, I didn't even know was kind of toxic.
Yeah.
But I was just not being open.
Yeah.
And so the show really taught you that you had to be
As
open.
open as possible. Right?
Especially because like I felt like, you know, everyone in New Zealand had an opinion, and a lot of it was just like, be more open, you know, talk about yourself more, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And so in terms of vulnerability, I definitely had to learn that on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That was really hard.
Yeah.
And then, but in terms of people noticing me and stuff, that's not that vulnerable. That's quite nice actually, and everyone's always really nice, and people still.
I've witnessed that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, I know her.
Or just walking down the street on a night out or something.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, and I always just wonder, I'm like, oh my God, how do you feel? I'm like, because I get really like flustered and overdone very quickly. It's like, okay, that's one autograph enough. No, I'm just saying.
She's done.
Yeah. I'm like, okay guys, I need my friend back, thank you. Okay, that's one of you guys all photocopy it. And
Photocopy it.
But yeah,
no, I don't mind it. I like it actually, and I find it nice. And I'd never want to be that person like that sort of
shut it down.
Yeah.
Like you're too cool.
Yeah,
you're too
yeah,
busy.
like, exactly. Like,
That's
don't come
cool.
at me. I'm too whatever. No, I just think it's really nice when people.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
but if
so
we're
good.
if we're busy and we've got stuff to do, then
Then you're
then
in
I've
a
got
hurry.
friends.
You're
I
like,
don't know.
I wanna go. Yeah.
Come on, we gotta go.
Yeah.
But no, I like it. So I don't find that vulnerable, but
Okay.
I definitely did have to be vulnerable in a different way on the show.
Yeah.
oh my God, cute.
That's good.
Cool.
That's good. What about expectations? So pre the show and post the show, like what the reality was versus your expectations
Of the show.
Yeah. like how it affected you.
I want this laugh. I love it. I am
Okay, buckle up, no. So I hadn't like everyone, I suppose. I had watched bits of The Bachelor of the US over time, but I'd never actually watched an entire season.
Oh wow, really?
And I was coming into this Bachelorette being sort of having the mindset of, I'm going to be so authentic. I'm not going to do what anyone else has done, so I'm not going to watch anything.
Yeah,
I'm just going to just go and be
myself.
authentic.
Yeah.
Myself. And it's obviously a little bit what they want, but mainly it's a show.
Yeah.
So I I kind of thought it was for me to find love, but mainly it's about a TV show. Mainly it's about a dating show. And so if in retrospect, I probably would have watched the other shows first and understood what it was about, and then realized that it's really, it's this whole journey, but you're meant to choose someone. You're on the show, and you're just, the thing is the happy ever after, and
you are not giving them that, girl.
The cherry on top for the producers, for the and for yourself too. If you actually did find someone true love and you married that person properly and forever and
that
ever,
was
amen
my
type thing.
expectation going into it.
Yeah.
So I genuinely thought, oh my God, I'm going to find my person.
Yes.
And then over the course of it, as it went on, something in me realized that I wasn't, and I got really disappointed. And I think that's what people were seeing when they watched the show. I was just kind of becoming, I was becoming really just disheartened by the whole thing.
Yeah.
And so my expectations coming out of it, I was sort of thinking, oh, okay, this is a TV show. I wasn't going to find my person. It was great if I did, but it was not really about that. You know, it was just about the show. And I think,
But how authentic were you when you actually picked none? No one has done it before.
That was the most authentic thing ever. It's like, I think people are still shaking the guns.
You stuck to your guns, right? And you were like, actually, yes, this is a TV show, but I
don't like any of you.
No, I didn't like it.
Yeah, she did. And it was sweet.
Yeah, they were so nice. Yeah, sure.
So after the show, actually, I'm going to quickly slip this one in. After the show, did you ever meet up with any other guys? Oh my God, you girls, I am surrounded by savages. I mean, like as a friend or like in public, did you ever bump into them?
Yes.
Oh yeah, okay. So just as friends, of course. I just always wondered in these things, like, well, because they're all from different parts. I really can't.
I hung out with
Yeah. That's we don't need to go into. We can go into the details off cam. Cute.
Oh dear. Okay. One more question on the personal side. So, did you face any intrusion into your personal life? So after the show, did you feel you were getting hounded or anything in particular? Because there was probably a lot of press and stuff after publicity.
Well, again, COVID.
Oh yeah.
COVID hit and then everyone went into lockdown straight away.
Okay,
I think that even the end of it was playing during the beginning of lockdown.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And so there was no publicity. It just didn't happen for it. Yeah. And obviously I'm not happy that COVID happened. Yeah. But it was just a sort of a blessing in a way. Because totally. No one expected me to do any publicity. Yeah. Whereas usually you'd be out there with all the radio because I was contractually obliged to do some of that. Yeah. But then I just didn't have to because everything was just shut down. Yeah. Okay. Wow. So then it wasn't as big, even though it was massive while it was playing. It wasn't as big the after. Yeah. It just kind of all got shut down really quick and then COVID happened. Yeah.
And that almost allowed you to process the whole thing because I don't like, oh my God, I like watch it. I don't know. Why are you saying this? I'm like, why are they cutting it like this? I know. And all that kind of stuff.
I know. I can't blame it all on the editing. So I know I see other people who do reality television shows and they're just like, it's the editing. But it is, so, I definitely said and did the things that I said and did. Yeah. But just people have to remember it's all a show. Yeah. So, so it's just like,
there's a structure to it.
Yeah, there's a structure to it and it's, all this footage and they pick the bits to then put it in a sequence. Yeah.
Did they ever get to say, Lesina, go up to that guy and go say hi?
No.
So it
wasn't that scripted, but it was just, it's sort of, I'd have a date with someone like you and I, and then there'd be a room full of people. Yeah. And we'd talk, and then if we weren't talking or something was happening, then we had to split. And I wasn't, we weren't allowed to just sit there and chat.
Oh, wow.
Everything had to be recorded. Everything had to be recorded. And we'd go back on the bus and we'd have to sit in separate. I'd have to sit at the front of the bus and he'd sit at the back. Oh, wow. And so we weren't, so the time that you see us talking is literally the only time we've talked. Wow. So, it was 20 minutes or whatever, that's literally.
So that literally is reality. That is reality.
It's a reality,
but what you're seeing is actually me actually having a conversation.
But that's all. So people think that I knew them for so long. It's like literally we had a 20-minute conversation or, an hour, but it was cut up. Yeah. And that's the most I've known you.
Yeah.
Crazy. That's all I've known you.
So when Tonye was going to go on Married at First Sight.
Are we going to talk about this?
Yeah, totally.
Yes. Well, it's so much this.
I'm so glad that I did it.
I'm glad now that he did it.
Oh, really? Why?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was very low budget, this one.
Shots fired. Do you know that the maths people we stayed at the same suites
Yeah.
that the mass people they
Yeah.
stayed at in town. But anyways,
Yeah, so it was, I started realizing that there was there's a lot of my personal life that I hadn't like tidied up.
What? Like what?
No, just, you know, I started
His OnlyFans.
No, I wish, but like, you know, there's things here and there, up and down. And I was just like, oh my God, Hoana, like, you know, remember like I did that thing then and I wasn't anybody then. So like, that's why it's still a secret. So what if I become like, well, not famous, but even D class? That would sell. That would sell for something. So it really, scared me a lot. And I'm like, my closet isn't bursting with skeletons like that.
Wow.
But well, okay, well,
First scene maybe, not first scene maybe. Just
a bit of a bulge for sure.
Okay.
A bit of a bulge for sure. So that really scared me. And I'm like, oh my God, am I actually ready to be? I have to be ready to be that exposed. And like, you know, I'm even doing this. I'm learning vulnerability. Like when we started being on camera, I'm like, I can take a cute pic, but I'm like, oh my God, is that me live constantly?
You have to show so much of yourself.
In every light, like, oh my God, like there's no catch my good angle, kind of thing. So I started processing all of that stuff, and I'm like, actually, Hoana thankfully was so good. Like talking like, oh, it's fine. Like just you know, just go on and
practice.
You practice for this podcast?
Oh no, before he was going to be going on mass.
Because I started podcast preps already then, and it's like, oh, it's just going to be like the same thing, but just on TV and
a lot more about you.
Can I ask you a question? I'm just flipping the script.
Oh, I love it.
But what would you have done? Similar situation to me, but you're a mess. If you were with the guy and you just weren't feeling him, how would you have proceeded?
I think I would have continued. I would have just tried, because I know like a lot of me, like he said something that really struck a chord with me about dating and how the way you could have been dating or how you've been doing things could be toxic. Like, I mean, I'm still single. I don't mind that, but I feel like I'll stick to it to be like, actually, you know, the reason I run all the time is because I can. And now there's a reason to not.
Yeah,
just
to let it.
Maybe I do not want to get porked by him, but can I see what else can I get out of him? Like, can I be a friend to him? Because I've never understood people like, oh, we were friends first, and then like I caught feelings. I'm like,
but you know, the show is gonna be like, he's gonna be into you, and say you just have zero interest.
I'll put out.
Well, we knew that already, didn't we?
Is that what you want? Okay. I will start fishing if I have to, but he will look. Anything to keep it going, because I want to get to the end. I want to explore more. I'll be putting out for him. Now, what am I going to get? Yet to be decided. But I'll wait to see at the end, because we could be friends. I could realize that, oh my God, I can actually you know, still, you know, learn something from this guy to pair us together. Why they do it, you know, kind of thing. So
when he told you that,
I'm already mad. I'm like, why would they pair me with somebody I don't get along with?
But I'll still do it.
I'll still do it. I've done a lot more for a lot less. Look, I will do it. But yeah.
So, but when Tonye did tell you that he was quite a far away, like through the process, right? You obviously were like, do it. Your advice was just do it.
Yeah. Well, yes, and then but I forgot what I said to you, but I think I just said be aware that it's a show.
Sure. Yeah.
So just
And I think I've watched. The good thing is I've watched a bit of. We have masked heads a little bit, and I would have known like, oh, and there are a lot of situations that are like a little bit kind of what would I have done there? And I concluded that I would definitely want to get straight to the end of it, even if it's not for anything else, but for me to be like, I actually stuck with somebody I hate for 6 weeks. Wow, go me.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But I would have stayed there.
Yeah. Okay. I think you would have done really
if
well.
If they would have kicked me out, he'd have probably be like, go.
He'd have been like, oh,
I'd be like, stay with me.
Yeah. I'm staying.
I'm staying.
I think you would have done so well, but
Yeah, same.
I would say just be prepared. That's all. Yeah.
You kind of changed though, right? You don't think you'd apply for it now? Yeah.
Really?
No.
Why?
I don't know. Well, after the low budget one,
What was the low budget one?
Terrible.
I
it
don't
was
know.
last year's one.
Okay, what
It was.
happened?
It was.
Like
girl,
the
there was
weddings were in the same venue with just a different flower and a
Oh,
different,
And there were like
tree.
four.
Oh.
Yes,
like,
yeah.
Was there a gay couple?
No.
No.
Oh, so they didn't do one in the end.
No.
Okay. Oh.
But there was a black guy who was also half Nigerian, so I felt like I
it was
clearly,
like the
clearly wasn't. That was my pick. He was clearly offering more. But yeah, no. So and there was just like 4 guests. So it's like you and who you
Your
pick.
parents or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One.
And did any
Or
of them
your
stay
friend.
together, or did
I don't
what
think
happened?
so.
No. Okay.
No, I don't think so.
Not with a
But
wedding
you
like
would
that.
have. You.
I think
Not
they
really.
all shared bouquets too.
Oh my
Like,
god.
It was terrible.
Oh, it was the wow.
Like and the
Because-
reception was like on a picnic table with like a $2 shop,
Oh no.
like tablecloth and stuff. It was really low budget.
No. They must have spent all the budget on my seat.
Yeah.
We went to Argentina. Did you guys?
Yeah, you guys did this thing.
You guys did everything.
I remember when I was speaking out, they're like, oh, it could be, you could be going to Samoa, you could be to different places. I'm like, I have no problems.
Yeah.
I like, take me down for all.
And then were they just like Auckland?
No, I think they went to one of
They
the
went to
islands.
one.
Oh,
I think they
maybe
went to
Fiji.
Fiji.
Yeah, I think it was
Oh,
Fiji,
okay,
but
yeah.
it
But
was
just 4 of you.
Yeah.
Oh.
4, like you and
Four
who you
and
pick
them.
and the partner and who they pick.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah,
it was very intimate.
Yeah. Who would you pick?
Oh, Hoana.
Yeah.
Because no, it was funny because when I was talking me up.
I
And
was
I'm like,
I got back from Asia and I was
Yeah,
like, you
yeah,
should apply for this. Like, you need to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you realize who's going to be on with me on the show, right? And she's like, oh shit.
Who?
Her!
Oh
I was like, oh,
yeah.
no. But I forgot, like, they go to your house and they interview, like, your housemate or your best friend or whatever. And I was like, oh my god, I'm going to have to stop eating.
No,
I'm going to have to, like,
no.
honestly, I was like,
I already stopped. I was like,
I'm ready. And you're just
I'm
like,
ready,
it's
take
gonna
me.
I'm just going to work out 12 hours a day.
Oh,
But
that
yeah,
would be so
yeah.
fun for you two had a bit
Oh,
of it.
I know.
And did they tell you in the end why what happened? Why
No,
they
it
did
got
It was
to like
quite, the ending was quite bad.
very
like,
abrupt. Like it was just.
They just
no-
didn't get in touch with you.
Yeah,
They're just like,
nothing.
you're not
They're
in,
like,
you're
yeah.
not in it.
Well, they
So
kept saying, right, oh, we just haven't found a match for you yet, but we really want you. We're really keen to have you on the show. Like, you're amazing. You're this and you're that. Which
You
is,
are, yeah.
yeah, which totally. But they were trying to find a match for him, and then yeah,
Now that they have you in their books,
Yeah.
you never know what else can come of it. So
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, putting it out there.
Putting
He's
it out
single
there
still.
for the universe. And I'm still single, so I don't act like it's. I don't know. I'm acting too cool for school because like I do not have anyone. Maths, I am ready.
I think you were saying you'd rather do like Big Brother or something, eh?
Oh, like Big Brother,
Big
yeah,
Brother.
something like that.
Yeah.
You know, where like
Yeah,
there's a
you
bunch of us, and you know.
Yeah.
Shower naked in the.
Yeah, this is it. I get to like have a good moment to take it all in. Before I make my choice.
Definitely will take it all.
Oh my god! I love you. You are made for this show, girl. Awesome. I suppose the last bit is obviously, I mean, you already come across as I think you went into the show, and this is me just saying from even knowing you that you had your head on right. As a person, and I think going on the show, because I was going to ask whether psychologically or your mental health get affected, and it doesn't, even if you do have your head on right, you can still feel like, there's just a lot that you can never foresee. And do you think it affected your mental health at all? Like,
Totally.
you feel?
Yeah, 100%. I had never experienced anxiety. I was always, because I'm a pretty, happy,
Yes, happy-go-lucky, like me,
yeah,
or fluff girls.
right, exactly, like glass half full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when the show started playing, I was in Australia, so I kind of ran away. But I was in Australia working, but people were sending me clips, and then I would read what people were saying about me online. There's a lot of it, some good and some bad, but just I was getting palpitations, and I couldn't sleep, and I was feeling teary, and I didn't know what that was because I actually never had that before.
Yeah.
I felt like depression, not true depression,
True,
but I
well, I
felt
felt
really
it.
sad because
Yeah.
I've been like heartbroken from previous breakups,
Mm.
and I felt really, really sad before, but I've never felt anxiety because I don't know in my life when I have ever felt super
anxious.
Yeah.
I get you.
So I've had
Situation.
reasons to be really sad and heartbroken, but not anxious. So I started getting this feeling, and it was the impending. We learned this in med school, but just the impending sense. Yeah, impending. that octave, that voice as well.
I'm also here for voiceover guys. Just shameless plugging left, right, and center here.
Voiceover. KFC, you'll do the good at the KFC accent.
Exact. So I had this impending sense of doom. And then I just remember thinking, oh my gosh, I'm having panic attacks. And I'd never had that before. So I realized, and now I get anxiety all the time.
It's like
one time.
Just like, I never had it to like crowds. I never like had anxiety ever before. Till I went to this massive Oasis final concert where there were like 10,000 people, and it was a place you could only get to by the buses that they provide, and they give like 50 buses to pick us up at the end. So there's like 10,000 of us trying to get. We finished at 11. I got home at like 7 a.m. because we literally
much.
After that, now like ask Hoana, we cannot go anywhere. I'm like
Extra anxiety. You have to leave.
Really?
Like now, like
What was
I've
it
never
about
seen.
that?
It was just a poor planning. They just I don't know how they assumed.
No, but what was your feeling? Why did you feel that?
It's because we're trapped. We're trapped, and then I'm a person that's gonna like these people fighting to I'm like the bus is like it's full. I'm just looking at people like trying to. You can see humanity go to its rawness.
Wow.
I'm like, this bus has 100 people on it, and you can still see guys pushing girls, trying to like. I'm like, there is nowhere to
You would have
fit,
been
even
terrible
if you.
on the Titanic.
I will.
You would have just.
And I'd be like, no.
You would have been James and Rose on the
I'd
door.
be like, Rose, ew, a door. Girl, I'm going down. Like,
On a boat.
this is not a look.
You've charted your own tugboat, eh? Fuck y'all.
Would you ever see yourself TVing again?
I think not reality television, but I did the show probably that hardly anyone watched, but I really
I
liked
watched it.
We watched it.
What?
Yeah.
I Need New Zealand?
Yeah,
Yes.
we watched
Did you watch
We
it?
watched
Yeah.
every single episode.
Yeah.
Why?
Yes!
Oh, I
We
love
watched
you
everything.
too.
We went to the garden, and they had all the figurines in the garden.
Yeah.
Why?
We watched all of it. Because it's you, girl. It's like you watched the video and you watched it.
That's so nice.
And we watched every single episode, and of course, you know, and then enough of it, like, did Tim as well?
Oh, yeah.
Tim had to do the shape left around.
That's right.
He's like, oh yeah, look at me on my TV. I'm like, and you guys, it was just so natural. It was just, I was like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was.
Lesina.
So I told you this already, and he knows. Tim was so good. He was such a natural. I
was shocked
so
watching
was
it.
I.
I was like, we were watching, like, oh my god, who is this? What is happening?
Same, because he's quite.
I think
Sorry, we're talking about each other, but he's very timid.
Yeah.
And then I was
Timid
like, you
out.
don't have
Tim
to
is timid.
be. You don't have to be shy. And then he just like
Snapped out of it.
I was
Snapped
like,
out of
who
it.
are you?
Yeah.
But anyways, so I would. By the way,
That was
thank you.
great.
There was probably like 2 viewers, and it was you two. And it was you two.
Girl, it always starts with 2 viewers. I bet you there's a lot more now. We started off with 2 viewers, both of us.
Yeah, watching
On our
out.
YouTube, probably still. But yeah, watch them.
So I
It
would
was a
do.
really good show. You did so
Yeah.
good.
It was
Yeah.
so good.
It's so little and probably not of any interest to anybody else, but I had such fun doing it. I
looked
loved
so
it.
good. It was really, really good.
Well,
Really fun.
yeah,
I like
an
we went to
opportunity, right?
It wasn't like a castle. It was like a house that had so many art.
Oh
in it. That was probably like my favorite one because it was the guy who had.
He's quirky.
He loved it.
He was.
You could see somebody so passionate about what he everything, and it was just you, and you were so good. And you like getting into it.
TVNZ.
Pitch.
Okay, if you want another show like that, I would do something like that again.
Yeah.
Definitely. Where I'm kind of the interviewer because I ask a lot of questions anyways. I think we naturally do as doctors.
Yes.
Yeah.
But and then I can be more about the other person.
Yeah,
I
and
really
then
like
just
that.
kind of deflect it, and then it can like you can
Or but
bounce
just
it.
interact with them
Yeah.
and just be
As
about
opposed to
more
be
of
like-
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Camera on me, yeah.
Yeah. So So I would definitely do that. Would you guys do, you said maybe no, but would you guys do a reality television show?
I most definitely would not.
Oh, no.
I'm too shy. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Far too shy.
I think she's shy for now. Like
For now, but once she's like a
Hoana-
Tim.
Yeah,
Once she
Hoana
gets
is
up
what
there.
is, I think she always surpasses herself.
Yeah, I agree.
And things she's not gonna do. She will say if she I was like Hoana, they're gonna give us like $1 million.
Oh, hey, look, if that was
there we go. That twisted real quick, huh?
What show is it?
Do I
Sign
need
me
to do?
Cute. Yeah, no, for sure. I'm easy in many aspects.
Oh dear.
Leave it at that.
I think I'm going to do the quick fire round now.
Yeah, I am excited about that.
We've got a few questions.
Okay.
Quick fire. So clearly, quick fire means you have to answer as fast as you possibly can.
Fast, super fast.
So I'm going to ask a couple of questions. I'm not going to actually tell you how many because then you won't know when it's ending.
I'm excited to see what she
You've
has
got
to
1
be.
second.
Whoa, okay. I'm ready. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gold or silver?
Gold.
Wow.
That was
Wow.
speedy.
Spring or autumn?
Spring.
Big family, small family?
Big, medium.
Media. That was not an option, unfortunately.
No, I'm happy with that.
Okay, I initially said big, you're right. Stick with that.
Top or bottom?
Oh, top.
So much top energy. I love it.
Flight or fight?
Probably firelight.
Wait, you want to be
Can you
a
be
fight?
faster?
Which is it? A firelight?
Firefighter, fighting. Give or receive?
Receive.
Nice, that's it.
I am
What a
not.
selfish
I am
bitch.
not. So I love it.
Well done.
That
You did
is
well.
phenomenal. And just before we let you go, because I think everyone, obviously this has been going on about the bachelorette, meaning like, you know, she is single. But what's the story with Lesina now in that front? Is she still a bachelorette?
I am not.
Yay!
So cool, so cool.
Just give us a little quick blurb. You know, some of us want to Instagram him.
No, yeah, now I have a boyfriend. I mean, people thought I was like perma single. I have had boyfriends, but I just haven't publicized them. Yeah.
None of it was worth making it onto like my terms. Yeah.
Sorry. No, I mean, but yes, but like, yeah, I don't know, but now I have a boyfriend and I think it's. Am I?
I love it.
Super cute. It's so
I met
so
him. He's really nice.
Yeah.
He's very cute.
Yeah, he's very cute.
Yeah.
So I'm not
Happy
single
days.
anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say sorry, but no one's
Yeah.
gonna say I don't care.
sorry to all the ones that didn't
Sorry
get
guys, she's
your-
taken.
Yeah.
No, not at all. This.
I do have one more question though. Lily. Are you still
Yeah.
friends with Lily? Because she was,
I mean, I'm
well, not
always
friends, but
friends-
like close.
Yeah.
Do you chat to her
I mean,
often?
I'm always will have Lily, you know, in my heart.
Soft spot,
and
yeah.
and it's just because she's in Australia now.
Is she?
So we just don't keep in touch as much. But I keep in touch with her on social media, and I saw her last New Year's at R&V.
Nice.
And
Ooh,
we
was she?
had,
Oh, cute.
yeah, and we just had a big kind of catch up then, and then she was telling me
She's a
about.
vibe too, right?
She's
a
so
vibe.
fun and funny, yeah. And she sounds like she's doing really well.
Cool.
And, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just that, you know, we're in separate countries now. And,
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
life, right?
Yeah.
It's how it...
But I'm
Hands
happy
out.
for her, and she's, you know, also sounds like she was, I don't know, but dating and happy.
Am I the only one on earth
What?
who isn't dating right now?
Oh,
Oh, both of
Stop.
us.
Stop. Do you want, okay guys.
She has a side hustle.
This is
where
our
she does-
Bachelorette season 4. We've got 2
I'm a
bachelorettes.
man, but only if it has a deep pocket. No, I'm just kidding.
Can I be your host? That'll be so
I would.
good.
I think it'd be a great show.
We should definitely do like a little skit at some point.
Yeah.
And then you get to give out roses.
Roses.
And
Oh
you
my
have a guy, you have a bunch of men.
We could just have cardboard cutouts.
I'll be like, I don't have enough roses. Can I give out petals?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Would you two go for the same guy? If there was like 20.
Well,
Have you gone for the same guy? Tell me right now.
So
what is happening?
are we, is where we wrap it up?
This is so
going.
This is my next television show.
Well, it's hot in this room, isn't
I
it?
know, right? Shit.
Gosh, you really are a host, aren't you?
Thank you for coming to NOIS.
Yes, I want to take you from here.
No one is safe.
No one is
No one is safe.
On that note, we are definitely going to wrap it up now.
Yeah.
So today's episode, obviously, we're very blessed to have Lesina with us. So thank you once again for coming and joining us on the show today. Today's episode is also dedicated to a couple of people and businesses. First of all,
We want to thank TUI Medical, who is one of our big sponsors. We are super grateful to have them on board. And you guys need to look out for a lot of more content that's going to be featuring them. Can't wait to put that out.
share it with y'all. And Lesina, do you have a shout out to anybody in particular?
I was just going to do mum and dad. I'm going to do my little brother and little sister this time.
Hi guys. I've heard a lot and seen a lot about you guys. So be good to meet soon.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it?
Thank you once again, really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe and we will see you again very soon.
Thanks.
Peace.
See.